It's Week 16 of the 2026 season. And coming up, we'll see DK Metcalf. There are a few better in the red zone as he comes in fourth in touchdown receptions. It's the Seahawks and the Raiders, and it comes your way next.
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It will come out to the 25. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And a glance here at their quarterback standing 6'3".
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well. Won the ball game, bottom line. May not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
Throwing to start the drive. Clifton. And his first look is incomplete. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. To throw again. Clifton. He'll get this complete to Rondale Moore. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
Well, they obviously read man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
On first down, Clifton. And he'll go right back to Moore. Complete again. The Seahawks at 11-3 on the year. They've been playing their best football of the year. Winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And a good job by the Raider defense yet again as they drop him for a 2nd straight loss. That's complete. It's Elijah Moore. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
This is a nice job of just taking what the defense is going to give you on 3rd down. You're not looking for a big play downfield. You just want to find something that can get you past the marker. They found it and were able to keep the drive moving.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
The false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. Back to throw. Clifton. Again, he finds Moore.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Clifton.
Throw out wide to Walker. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
That one caught along the sideline. Did he stay in? Yes, he did. But hang on here. A penalty marker is on the field. Well, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
And he's had a great season so far throwing the football. Very likely could go over 4,000 yards with a good performance here. And even in an age of passing first, that is no small accomplishment.
throwing on first down. Brown.
They swing that out wide to Jacobs.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. And, Charles, this infraction's going to be against the offense. False start.
Sometimes you have to get up to the line of scrimmage, make sure your team is set before you begin your cadence.
Now after the false start, here's 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. Brown. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawks defense.
Was Sean Gary that time fighting free and getting to the quarterback. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously. Led to a very quick sack.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time,
under pressure, and they got to him again.
Rashawn Gary.
2 plays in a row now that he has gotten in there for the sack, and it brings up 4th down.
he's the offensive sack leader coming into the game. And now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. Here's A.J. Cole now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. And taken at the 46.
So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return.
And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. Throwing to start the drive. Clifton. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
The numbers for him from a week ago. 9 catches, 83 yards.
And he was able to haul that pass in there, but he knows he's got a tough task ahead of him. This unit in the top 5 in the NFL against the pass. He's going to have to really work hard to get open.
And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. They go play action here on first down. This is caught. Touchdown. Noah Fant, his 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Seahawks are on the board first here in Vegas.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
Rodrigo Blankenship now for the PAT.
He hasn't missed an extra point all season, and he won't miss this one either. And it's 7-0. The drive there only spanning 3 plays.
And it's Noah Fant who caps things off with the touchdown.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock.
Taking it about the 1. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
The Raider offense heading out as we take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. As the season winds down and you look at them in totality, you know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is where we always hear the term complementary football, because as you noted, the defense has played well enough for them to win games, and the offense has held them back. So they've got to reward that defense by improving on offense. I don't know if you make a change, a quarterback, running back, tight end, it doesn't matter. Get better players, better system, so they can play to the standards of the defense, and the win column will result. This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Operating from the gun. Brown. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. He'll get this underneath to Jacobs.
And he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put him in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. Following the punt return here, there is someone shaken up. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. Here's Walker to start the drive.
And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
Dances by at the 20. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. They'll try for the first with Walker.
And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Well, they gave themselves options there on the 3rd down play and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, but it's 2nd down. On 2nd down, it's Walker.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Operating from the gun, Clifton.
That's complete to DK Metcalf.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. And they convert on 3rd with a gain of 22.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
Walker now on 1st and 10.
Oh, nice move. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
1st down Seattle on a pickup of 13.
He was solid last week, over 100 yards in a victory on the ground. They're going to get that going again.
Absolutely. What I also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
And Walker once more. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Clifton. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's more. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2. as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Clifton. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back in the 32. Max Crosby, what a season he continues to have, his 15th sack of the campaign. They've been moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last play, pass completion. Now, finally, the defense gets there.
And you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage, or do you do it with pressure? They elected to go with pressure, and it was the right call.
To throw on 2nd down, Clifton. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. Ike's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. As Ike run to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Repeat of the last play, finding Walker. And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to about the 19. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Blankenship's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that one on target, and it adds to this 1st half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
Fields it right around the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. Not only are they in search of their 1st score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Off play action. Brown. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Brown. This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. And he is going to have the Raiders 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Yeah, these are the types of plays we're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of 1st halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
He's tackled at the 29-yard line. A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and
on 2nd down, Jacobs. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. The offense on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun, Brown. And this one is incomplete. Here's A.J. Cole now to punt this one away. He's been a busy man here in this 1st half as he gets it away. Taken in at the 22. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added onto their lead. But that was a drive that was so long, it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game. But we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive. And he's going to profess that he was happy to get points. And we know that's not true. Okay, after this type of a drive, not getting a touchdown, a huge disappointment. to win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Now wasting time going right back to DK Metcalf. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. On the counter, it's Walker. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Off the play fake, Clifton. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they just keep marching right along. 1st down on a pickup of 8 there.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
On 1st and 10, Clifton. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Clifton. That's caught over the middle by Fant. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders 16. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. This one into the hands of Metcalf. 2nd and 3 from the 9. They'll look to throw again. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawks touchdown. Rondale Moore. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks, because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good, and that makes our score 17-0. So that drive in total 8 plays, and it all culminates with a Seattle score. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. This taken in at the goal line, and able to get this out to the 25. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
No, but hold on, let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
And you're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And this is going to be incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Brings up 3rd down and 10.
Looking to throw. Brown. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he is going to have the Raiders 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And a nice milestone reached on that last throw, as here late in the season, he goes over 4,000 yards passing.
And he's really thrown the ball well all season long. Had some big games along the way. He's inspired his receiving corps to go out and make plays for him in each and every ball game.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
They really needed to get something going, didn't they? They have punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs, and they will only muster a yard here to the 38. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Back to throw. Brown. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Here's Brown to throw on 3rd down. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And they will eventually get it down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. So they will wave off the flag and let the completion stand.
Really great job by the receiver fighting through all the contact and still coming down with the football. All that.
And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Michael Pittman from 3 yards out, and the Raiders get a bit closer. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And it's 17-7. So that one an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And it was capped off on the touchdown catch by Michael Pittman. As the Raider kickoff unit now, as they will send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. And back out now comes Kenneth Walker and the Seattle offense. We're in the 2nd quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A good gain on first has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Operating from the gun, Clifton. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
A quick target here, complete to Metcalf. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Back to throw again. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Looking to throw. Clifton. He's got his tight end fan. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. On first down, Clifton setting up the screen here. This is Walker. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Looking to throw on second down. Clifton. He's got his big tight end, Fant.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play.
And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. Now we're 1st and 10 at the 11.
Back to throw. Clifton. They still can't get it. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. And the offense moving quickly to the line. And he's got it.
Oh, he's brought down. And remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick.
A final shot before break. Clifton. And incomplete. He had no control, so he just tossed it away. That brings up 4th.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
Blankenship's kick is good.
And that will do it for this first half. So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. The weather might be cold, but the playoff races are heating up here on this final Sunday before Christmas. So let's get to it. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Continuing on, here's a look at the next-gen stats in that first half, and it's been the passing game that's been the story. They have feasted on this secondary to the tune of 200-plus yards already through 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Raiders, they were on the other end of the spectrum in terms of passing efficiency. That's going to need to improve in the second half to come.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. Taken at the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
Now comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
I'd say it's not panic time yet, but let's be honest about it. Empty possession here, not what you're looking for when you're down a couple of scores.
Absolutely not. Trying to start the second half off on the right foot. Unfortunately, going to give the ball up. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Brown. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off by Micah Hyde.
And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football.
Wow, so wipe out the INT roughing the passer. What a disaster.
An absolute disaster, and you hope their lockers are not right next to each other.
Now Brown, oh, he lost the football. But I think the Raiders are going to be able to hold on to it, yes.
Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
Brown looking to throw on 2nd down. He finds his man complete. That's Jacobs.
And a short 3-yard pickup gets him up to the 15.
Brings up third down.
Now Brown throwing on 3rd and long. He'll get this one to Pittman. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. They get a big amount back, 18 yards, but they'll still look at a 4th down now.
On 3rd down, you'll give them that. You just want to make sure that you play the first down line. They were able to get him down and force the punt.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. This will be fielded at the 17. A punt of 46, a return of 5. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuff to end around that one, do you?
You don't go top shelf, dude. That's bottom shelf material.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Throwing on 1st down. Clifton. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Holding offense.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Back to throw. Clifton. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
It's now 2nd down and 10.
Off play action. Clifton. And that's going to be caught downfield by Fant. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25.
First down.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved, because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a 1st down.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 47. Looking to throw. Clifton going right back to Fant. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
10 yards on the big one.
And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Straight ahead, Walker. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to Walker on 1st down. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. 60 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He's got the connection to Moore. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
A 7-yard pickup brings up
2nd and 3. Again, he finds Moore. Touchdown, Seahawks. Rondale Moore. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, when you drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
The Seahawks offense staying put out on the field. They're going to go for 2. They'll look to throw. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. So they go with a pass, and it works there on the 2-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts passing versus running on 2-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational, and you have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a 2-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
It's a gain of 8.
Brown now, off play action. He finds his man, complete. That's Jacobs. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
That's good for a Las Vegas.
On 1st and 10, Brown, same target. It's Jacobs again. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Throwing quickly here, and he's got Jacobs. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Here's Brown on 1st down. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage to the 35.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Once again, it's Jacobs. And a short gain down to about the 33. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. Well, always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Back to throw. Brown. Throw right side going to be caught by Waller. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as a tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 15-yard line. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Looking again for Waller, and he's got him again.
He's out of bounds at the 13-yard line. A gain of 2.
To throw on 2nd down. Brown. To the goal line, but but it's incomplete. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
8 yards to go.
Looking to throw. Brown. And this is going to be incomplete. 4th down, and on comes the Raider kicker, Daniel Carlson. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. The kick by Carlson is good, and the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, and when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Taking it about the 1. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
And he'll go right. Now the ball comes loose. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Well, number 1 on the list of things not to do when you're up 3 scores in the 3rd. That right there, give the football away.
I love when you speak like that. You know how doctors talk about taking the Hippocratic oath, first do no harm? You just did the football-cratic one right there. Don't give the ball away when you have a lead that you can lock this game down with.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Jacobs going to try the middle. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Back to throw. Brown. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And the Seahawks are going to get the football back at their own 17. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Throwing to start the drive. Clifton. This one goes underneath to Walker. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. He's having a big game through the air, and sometimes those smart decisions just dump it off. That's how you continue to have big games through the air.
I agree totally. That's a great analogy, a great way to put it, because he doesn't get too greedy where everything has to be pushed downfield, trying to create big plays that aren't there. You dump it off and take that nice gain, and things add up, and now you have the kind of game he's having.
Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th and final quarter. Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a 1st down here. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the 1st.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Walker with another carry. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. But the converse is, though, you've got to win those one-on-one blocks. And when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd down and 12. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the fourth, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
Out of the gun, Walker with it. And he'll get it down here to the 43. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. On 3rd down, here's Walker. Well, this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there. So now on comes the field goal unit. And wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Raiders heading out to take over. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. That's into the hands of Donovan Peoples-Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Brown on 1st and 10. That's complete. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And the Seahawks have picked it up. On the move past the 40. Down the right sideline. And they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown. And that's a linebacker showing he can move pretty good with a football in his hand.
That's not just a short shuttle now. He took it and went a pretty good distance, didn't he? Did you get the 40 time on that?
I didn't, but he got 6 points out of it. I know that in a great play for that defensive unit. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Now Brown to throw on 2nd down. That is caught by Josh Oliver, the former San Jose State Spartan. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 43. The toss here completed to Pittman. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
They'll look to throw again. They're going right back to Pittman. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as a tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 27-yard line. Brown now throwing on 1st down. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. 2nd and 10 now from the 27.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
To throw again. Brown. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And the Seahawks are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. But here in the 4th quarter, defensively, you know that you're just going to blanket the field with defensive backs and say, okay, take your best shot. And that time, it's intercepted.
And we've often seen teams go into the prevent early, way too early, and sometimes they get too soft in their coverages, but not in this case. They understood the situation and played it with the proper aggression.
They'll run with Walker to begin the drive.
And he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line.
Sticking with Walker on second down.
And he was very fortunate there to get out of his end zone. He maybe got back to the 2-yard line. They run again with Walker. Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
Now the free kick comes after the safety from the 20 as they bring the punter on to try and get some hang time here.
Rodgers to return it.
And now here come the Raiders.
And the complexion of this one has really changed a fair amount. That last field goal makes it a 3-score game, so they need points in a hurry with time dwindling in the fourth quarter. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Tackle made at the 38-yard line. It's a gain of 9.
Here's Brown looking to throw on second down. It's a gain of 8, and it'll wind up moving the chains.
It's a gain of 8. And the Las Vegas
On first down, Brown. And Waller taking it in over the middle.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up second and 4.
Looking to throw on second down, Brown.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Michael Pittman. It's a gain of 11.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
So it's Raider football as we get you reset. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's second down now.
It leads to second and 10.
Back to throw again. And that's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. It's second and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Terry McLaurin from 8 yards out.
And the Raiders have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth.
Extra point by Carlson, up and go. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field.
Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the fourth quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much. From the gun, it's Walker. He'll get this down to the 38.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Sticking with Walker on second down.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
first. They need to get the football to the 32 here on third down. Operating from the gun. Clifton finding more on the out route for the completion. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and that'll bring up fourth down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this will stay a 12-point game.
Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme. You've got to really concentrate on your leg swing and proper technique. This time, though, he's unable to convert.
So the Raiders now down on the scoreboard. 47 seconds remaining. They're going to need a Christmas miracle to pull this one out as they've got it 1st and 10. Brown throwing to start the drive. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Tariq Woolen picks it. And the Seahawks are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.